All right, hey everybody, it is me, or Brigid, and it is Wednesday, so it's my turn for a video. Um, so this week I'm introducing the topic again, and this week is a topic that I kind of came up with myself. Recently I've been experiencing what I call trans guidance or trans coaching. And what it is when a less experienced person who, has just started out in their transition, or just began their transition or whatever, or a person who is questioning their gender, and hasn't started an actual transition yet, comes to you and they want you to help them or to guide them or to coach them. And what are the thoughts on this? First of all, I would like to say that I'm very careful about coaching or guiding anybody. I am very good at helping people. I'm very good at teaching people. And so I do it. Recently there have been a couple people who have, and it's happened quite often in the past, but recently I've taken up helping a couple people with the start of their transitions. However, my thoughts and my feelings on trans coaching or trans guidance are very hesitant generally. And it kind of splits off into two different categories. First, I want to cover people who have not yet started a transition, people who are questioning their gender. I would like to make it clear. I'd like to start out saying that trans coaching and trans guidance, when it comes to people who are just questioning their gender at this point, who are deciding who they are, who are deciding whether or not transition is for them, something they should do. I'd like to start off saying that should not concern you. It shouldn't. It should be left to that person. It is not our place to help somebody decide whether or not they are male or female. That is, as we should all know, making your transition is a very personal journey and is something that can only really be decided in the long run by you. And the last thing anybody needs is another person influencing that decision. Because nobody truly knows that person. The only person who truly knows you is you. And the only person who can really know who and what you are is you. The only reason other people know who and what you are is because of how you reflect yourself. Because when you know yourself, it shows. So another person literally cannot make that decision for you, and they should not influence that decision. Because the last thing anyone wants to do is give a person a false sense of being. Oh, well, I should make transition because so-and-so thinks I should, or so-and-so thinks I'm a girl, so I guess that makes me a girl. That's not helpful. That's very detrimental. That's very harmful to do. It's very risky and very reckless. It's not a good thing to do. And so when somebody's questioning their gender, and when they approach you for guidance, when they approach you for help, there are very few things that you should do. And I'm not saying turn the person away like, oh, leave me alone. You have to decide that for yourself and all that. No, that'd be mean. But, there's only certain things that you can actually do to help them. Aside from being there to support them no matter what. If you have a growing relationship with that person, friendship, what you should do, regardless of anything, is just be there to support that person through thick and thin. That's really the only thing you should ever do. Hi.
Did you get all that stuff put away?
Cute.
Huh? Did you get all that stuff put away?
What stuff?
That camera in there?
There's cat puke.
I'm still using it.
Oh, okay.
Cat puke.
Oh, great. Nobody cleaned that up all day.
I wasn't here. I was in Mexico.
And so, no, it's not our place to influence their decision. That's something they have to do on their own. On the other hand, people who have already started their transition, people who know who they are, have already made that firm decision. That's when coaching and guiding is okay, because you're not making that decision for them. You're helping them. You can jump in with makeup pointers. You can, you can tell them what not to wear, what they can do, clothing pointers. You can, give them resources. You can direct them to helpful things. You can give them resources. You can, tell them how you got started in your transition, how you're progressing, and how you were able to do so. You can tell them, where you plan on getting your surgeries, why you plan on getting your surgeries there. You can, all these different things. You can give them resources. You can give them advice. You can give them suggestions. But that's because they already made that decision. They already decided, yes, I am a girl, or yes, I am a boy. And that's when you can help them. But when they're still questioning, because a lot of people, when they're questioning their gender, they start, a lot of them say, well, I wish I could just walk between both worlds. And I was in that point. And so some of the only things you can do to help somebody who's questioning their gender is, like, for me, I can say, well, I was in your same position. I felt very gender blended. And I had to step back and look at the future. I had to think about the future, where I wanted to be in 30 or 50 years. And what I discovered is that, it's all well and good while I'm young, while I'm in my teenagers, while I'm in my 20s, to want to, appear as a guy, because it's appealing. But when I look, 30, 50 years into the future, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine growing old as a man. It's just who I am. It has to be a woman. That's the only thing I can picture. And so that's the only advice you can really give somebody if they're just questioning their gender. Otherwise, it's not your place to influence their decision. Otherwise, all you can do is support them. And so yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Is I'm very hesitant when it comes
I
to
wish you called half the
coaching
things.
people or helping people,
You sure?
because you can't make decisions for somebody. That can end up being a very bad thing for them. But when they've already started, when they know who they are, when they've started their transition, then coaching them is fine for the most part. But when they haven't started their transition, there's not much you can do. And you know, like I said, you shouldn't just turn them away and say, you know, oh, I can't help you, it's your own decision. But you know, you can't go about saying, yes, you should transition, no, you shouldn't. That's for them to decide. So yeah, this has been Brigid, filling you in for Wednesday. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. If you have any comments or questions, please email them to us at transyouthchannel@gmail.com. And we will look forward to answering your questions for you in one of our next week's topics. And until then, bye.